Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bluebird and Bee Tarot. I am Melanie. I am so happy that you are here today. We are diving into a really classic, but every single time juicy and awesome topic, which is what are their current feelings for you? The person on your mind, the person on your heart, the person that you have feelings for, what are their feelings for you? We have 3 piles to choose from today. The first one, pile 1, is Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. This is the back of the deck. And then this is the card that I chose. Today is the Ace of Cups. So this is what the Ace of Cups looks like in Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. The next deck we have is Spirit Speak Apparition. This is what the Ace of Cups looks like. Spirit Speak Apparition, that is pile 2. Okay, and then the third deck that we have is the Decolonized Tarot. And this is what the Ace of Cups looks like in the Decolonized Tarot. All right, I am going to give you a moment to choose your pile. Choose whichever one you are drawn to by whichever method resonates with you the best. You can definitely be drawn to more than one pile. More than one pile could have messages for you. I'm going to give you some time here on the video to consider, to look over the piles. If the time that I give you is not enough, you can definitely pause the video and look at the backs of the decks and see which one sort of draws you or resonates with you the most. And the timestamps are in the description below. I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed, then you have arrived at your reading. So let's take a look. Let's find out. What are your person's current feelings for you? So Spirit, tap me into pile 1's person. I want to know what their current feelings are for pile 1. Oh, that's too many. What are their feelings for pile 1? Even if they're complicated, show me the nuances. Show me what's going on beneath the surface with pile 1's person. Okay. Pile 1's person. Spirit, show me. Okay. Holy cow, pile 1. Holy cow. This person is into you. My God. This is like you are, like this card says, the one. This is one true pairing kind of love. E with engagement and enchanted both coming out in the titles here. E might be an important letter in some way. It could be an initial, first, middle, last, you or your person. It could be something like an object, a place, or an organization. Just it would be something significant. And it doesn't have to be. Just anytime an initial makes itself known, I like to point it out. So what we've got here, first just let me, I feel giddy. I feel electric. Let me just read you the cards first because, I mean, they say a lot just on their own. Engagement and wedding. You don't marry the person you can live with. You marry the person you can't live without. And when I first read over that sentence, I said, oh my God, yeah, that is what pile one's person feels. They can't live without pile one. Then we've got enchanted love, a sacred bond that is divinely guided and harmonious. And then, yeah, there's a lot about cohabitation here. It's not just the feelings. Of course, they have a lot of emotional feelings for you, but it's also the way the two of you fit so well together in terms of partners and compromising and building a home together, etc. And then the one, this partner may be the one you have been looking for, so give it a fair chance. So I will say this, with the give it a fair chance, of course, like the course of true love never did run smooth. You know what they say. So there could be some like subconscious toxic programming or shadow work or something like that that is telling them, you know, danger, too good to be true. The other shoe's about to drop any moment. Or it could also be with attention being drawn here to harmonious and cohesive compromise and living situation and what have you, that, you know, you are in the category. There might be two different groups here. One where there is really harmonious compromise and living situation, and one where there's so many feelings of that you are the one, but they are rethinking it because maybe you do have really different living styles. I'm thinking, the thing that keeps coming back to me is images in my head keep flashing of a tidy person versus a sloppy person. So yeah, I think that there might be some just compromises that need to happen. I would say if that is the conundrum, tidy versus sloppy, it's hard for both because, you know, the tidy person, that's going to stress them out every time they see, you know, something out of place, something sitting around. But by the same token, it's not fair to put that stress on the sloppy person that they have to live to a certain like really rigorous standard that doesn't resonate with them just because that's the other person feels that way. I would say, as with anything, compromise on a minimum acceptable standard, create agreements, extend one another a lot of grace as you are learning to live within those agreements. It's not unworkoutable. That's definitely not a phrase, but I hope that the meaning gets conveyed. Also, I will tell you, I have a couple of friends that are a couple, and when they started living together, they hired a cleaning person to come in once a week and give they did deep clean scrub down once a week. They just split the cost of it. And the lady, it was a guy and a girl, my friends, and the lady said, I think that she has literally saved our relationship. She's like, I don't think we would have broken up by now. I don't think we would have a functional relationship if not for that. So outsourcing. If you have the means and you both are willing, outsourcing can absolutely save a relationship. That's not even channeled. That's just advice. But oh my God. In terms of the main question of the reading, how do they currently feel right now? In love. In freaking love. Oh, interesting. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I don't take reversals that often, but I'm just like, no, it actually kind of feels right like that. yeah, there are obstacles here to them moving forward. And I don't even feel like it's obstacles in the sense of, like in so many cases, right? It's people getting in their own way. That's the obstacle, is just that they're working through their emotional stuff and they're not quite there yet. That is a very common obstacle. And of course, there are many individual iterations of that as there are human beings. We each have our own individual histories and our own individual journeys. But I would say in just such a huge percentage of situations that exist in the world, it's the person, it's internal stuff. It's the person working through stuff. I feel like this is different though. I feel like there are genuine external obstacles that need to be worked out. Yeah, it might have to do with this imagery of the boat. It might have to do with geography. So maybe like visa situation, or yeah, if it's international, or it could just be like obligations holding in them in their geographic location. Ooh, but I think that, yeah, with the Ace of Coins coming out immediately after the Chariot, I think those are going to get worked out, honestly. Yeah, the Ace of Coins is a new opportunity, like a new opportunity for stability, living situation, finances, and career. The Chariot is moving forward in a purposeful way toward the direction that you are meant to go in. It's directed, purposeful forward movement. Yeah, that is being blocked right now because of external circumstances. But I feel like those are on the cusp of clearing. So it may be that this person can't come closer to you because there's, work situation, like they didn't have employment where you are. But with the Ace of Coins, that really could be just right on the cusp of changing. So yeah, this person's current feelings for you are immense and deep and intense. And I think it's not going to be too much longer until they are free to express them. All right, let's get some letters and charms. Letters, numbers, and charms. Okay, we've got F, W, M. Oh, that makes me think of the name William. It also strikes me that W and M the shapes are kind of the inverse of each other. Okay, we've got G, H, K, J, and V. So we got no vowels. Yeah, that's always interesting to me when that happens, because vowels are a relatively small percentage of the alphabet, and yet they have an outsized importance, which is that in English, at least, you can't make any words without vowels. So, yeah, I think there might be something missing here that seems of relatively small importance, but in fact, it is so important. It's the very thing that everything is hinged on. So yeah, it could definitely be something to do with money, like something like a property lease or a job. Okay, so with numbers, we have 8, 4, 0, 2. Oh, we don't have the 6, but other than that, we've got all the even numbers going up here. And then we have 9, but 9 is the inverse of 6. So with W and M, and then with the 6 being the missing even number, but we did get the 9, there's something here about things being flipped or switched. Maybe something about like yin yang energy, like two things being the opposite of each other, but they are complementary energies. Something along those lines. There's an important theme here about that. Okay, let's get some zodiac signs. Okay, so we have Libra, what is this? Aries, okay. Capricorn and Leo. Oh, we have angel wings. Yes, you are this person's guardian angel. And this person wants to be yours as well. Yeah, with angel, and then we also have this fairy sitting in a star, and we have this dragon here. The dragon is also a very protective energy. With guardian angel and dragon here, there's a lot about protection and watching over someone. But yeah, there's a lot of magical energy here, for sure. But yes, with the wrench, that represents work, consistent work, hard work. That's very much this Ace of Coins. Yeah, I think this has something to do with work. Yeah, we've got the owl. So I think they consider you to be someone very wise. That is maybe even the way that you came into their life as their angel, is that you are imparting wisdom about something they needed advice about. Something they needed perspective on. Okay, and then we have the squirrel. So, yeah, I think that, they are very much hoping that you will not get distracted while they are working out all of their stuff. I also think it's hard for them not to get distracted by, I feel like they're overwhelmed. I feel like they are overwhelmed with trying to work everything out. Things having to do with, maybe it's something to do with taxes, something like that. And I think that they are actively working to make sure that they don't get so distracted by the obligations and responsibilities that they are attempting to work out. This wheel of fortune in reverse. They're trying to clear those obstacles. They don't want to get so distracted by that they lose sight of the real magic that is in the energy between the two of you. And so, yeah, I feel like they are working on it, pile one. I think the feelings are there. There's just a disconnect when it comes to the offer or taking action, because there are some obstacles, some actual real 3D obstacles that need to be cleared first. Alrighty, so that is what I have for you. If it resonated, I would love it if you would like the video. That really helps it spread. If you'd like to see more content like this, I would love it if you would subscribe. Even hit the bell notification so that you can be notified every time I post a video. If you wanted to post in the comments below how you related to this or how it resonated, I love interacting with people in the comments. And if you want to connect with me for a personal reading, the link or the instructions and the link are in the description below. But I do want to just wrap this up by letting you know, pile one, that I am proud of you. You matter, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye, pile one. Hello, pile two. If you chose the Spirit Speak Apparition Tarot, you have arrived at your pile. So let's take a look. Let's find out. How is your person currently feeling about you, pile two? Spirit, tap me into pile two's person. Tap me into pile two's person, please. What are they currently feeling? What are they currently feeling? Pile 2's person, Spirit, what are they currently feeling? Spirit, Pile 2's person, what are they feeling right now? What are their current feelings? Now this is interesting. So this could be Pile 2, someone from your past. So we've got listen to your heart. You will never be able to escape from your heart. So it's better to listen to what it has to say. Then we've got family and friends. The support of family and friends may help strengthen this connection. And then we've got reunion. You will get back together after a time apart or after a breakup. So yeah, this is giving me a whole like rom-com scenario where your mom is like, hey, did you ever hear what happened to so-and-so? He's back in town, and all that kind of thing. But even if it's not that kind of scenario, I do think that, so there is either worry that from them that they're not going to fit in with your family, or that if this is a person from your past, worry that, you know, your family still holds something that they did in the past against them, something like that. Or this is like their family really likes you and is sort of pushing the idea of you. And so they're trying to suss out, is this actually my real feelings, or am I just trying to please someone? But there is definitely something here about the importance of fitting in with their friend and family group. So yeah, their circle of influence or yours, or how the two of those will meld together. And they're trying to figure out, you know, what is coming from this outside influence, this influence of the friend and family group, versus what is coming directly from their heart. Okay? And yeah, so with reunion here, this doesn't necessarily have to mean that you've been in a romantic connection, broken it off, and then come back together. It could also be that, you know, there's been just a period of low to no contact and then you're making a reunion. Or it could be that, you know, this is someone from your distant past that you're seeing each other again as adults. But it also could be a time when you felt very energetically connected, and then now there's been a time of this sort of feeling of coldness or distance that I think would have been really hard for you to weather. Yeah, I think that would have been so difficult for you, Pile 2. But I do also get the feeling that you handled it like a champ, that as hard as it was for you, you really did the work to detach from outcome, to surrender to spirit. It wasn't easy. Yeah, spirit is acknowledging that it wasn't easy, but you did it. And I feel like this is a situation where, yeah, I just heard the phrase doing it right this time, with a real emphasis on the right. Like it really punched that word right. Like, yeah, I'm doing it right this time. So yeah, I think maybe there have been relationship mistakes in the past, or wanting to take shortcuts, or wanting to do it the easy way. And this time you're like, nope, I'm doing it the right way this time. I think that's a testament to how important this connection is to you. And I feel like this connection is important to them as well. They need to be solid. They need to know that it's coming from them. It's coming from them authentically, and not that they are just wanting to conform. Yeah, it's reminding me of, I was going to say spoiler alert for a TV show that ended in like 2017, but it reminds me of this TV show, Royal Pains, where there's this character, Divya, and at the beginning, she's in an arranged marriage situation. They're not married yet. They're engaged, but they're going to be married, and it's an arranged situation with this guy, and I'm not going to be able to remember his name for the life of me, but there's nothing wrong with him. He's a great guy, and in fact, they're really good friends, but there's no spark there. They're both doing it to please their families, and they end up breaking it off. She breaks it off, and she pays a huge social cost for that. It's really sad, actually. But then they both go on and live their lives. They both find genuine love after that. Things happen. She has a baby. He has like 2 kids, I think, twins. But they end up toward the end of the series, which in show time, it was probably like 10 years or something. They end up coming back together, and they do fall in love, and they do get married. But the difference was it was on their own terms. Okay, I'm such a softie. I'm about to cry retelling Divya's story from Royal Pains. But yeah, but they come back together, and they know that their love that they share is true love because it didn't come from expectations. It came from them. It came from their hearts. And I feel like that's a good template for what this is. That's what your person needs to know, is that it's coming from them genuinely and not anyone else's expectations. When they manage to sort all that out inside them, then they will be able to have an honest conversation with you. Oh, that's so interesting that we got Queen of Cups when I just did a very Queen of Cupsian thing of getting choked up by talking about a story that is honestly, I mean, Royal Pains is not a comedy, but it's a very lighthearted show most of the time. And so it's certainly not like I'm, retelling Catherine and Heathcliff's story or something and I get choked up, but no, I gotta get choked up. Huge softie. That's a very classic water signy Queen of Cups thing to do. So maybe you're like that, pile 2. Maybe you just have this gigantic, tender, empathetic heart. Yeah, that just gets really, you get very easily touched. Okay, so I think that what they are coming to terms with currently, and I think what is honestly going to be the catalyst, here, let me scooch these over. They're a little off center. Yeah, I thought there was going to be room to bring out 4 cards here, but there certainly is not. Okay. What I think they are currently going through is they're realizing that time ain't free, in the words of Ellen Stone. They do not have an eternity, an infinity to make this decision. Your purpose on Earth, pile 2, is not to sit around in limbo, in stasis, waiting for them to just, casually and in no hurry whatsoever sort out all of their internal feelings. There's a time clock on this, and it's not a date, it's not a time, it's no one knows how long they actually have, but you've got choices. And right now, your choice is to, stay invested in this person that's on your mind, but that might not be your choice tomorrow. And they have no way of knowing when that window of opportunity is going to run out. So I feel like even though you are so incredibly emotionally tender and compassionate, and I think that the soul bonds you form are so strong, and it's so difficult to extricate yourself from them. And I think that this person, not consciously, but probably subconsciously, has been taking a bit of advantage of that because they're just really used to the feeling of you being so devoted to them. They can sense that energetically, just how much you care, how much you love them. But I think there have been some events lately. Maybe these have been events in the 5D or the 3D rather, or maybe this is something they sense in the 5D. But that window of opportunity is closing, and they need to get their stuff figured out and make their move. Yeah, because I also feel like, and this is also a very Queen of Cups thing, is you will remain devoted forever, meaning for a long time. But when you do finally manage to extricate yourself, you're done. Like it would be very difficult for them to actually win you back at that point. Because when we have these, really tender, raw emotions, we have to protect our heart. We can't just go giving it willy-nilly to someone who has shown that they will not treat it with the care and the respect and the gentleness that it deserves and that it needs, really. So, yeah, this person understands that they need to make a decision. And yeah, I wish that I had a better idea of what they were going to do with that information. I think even to spirit, it's kind of a toss-up if that's going to make them fold under the pressure or if they are going to buck up and take a swing and rise to the opportunity. I hope it's the latter, pile 2, because your energy is so kind and so sweet, and you deserve someone who will honor that and give that the weight that it deserves. Alrighty, let's get some letters and charms here. Yeah, look at this. We've got RUN, run. Yeah, I think that is, I think, yeah. And then we've also got an S. So that's the choice. Run or sun. Are they going to run away or are they going to pursue the sun, which in tarot, it represents ultimate happiness, ultimate bliss. Okay, then we've also got J and P. SP, specific person. Yes, please. Spun, so spun can be like spinning a tail. Yeah, so that's often used in phrases surrounding like fairy tale-esque language. Yeah, that's really beautiful. Like the idea that you are their princess. Or prince, sorry, I do know there is a percentage of guys that listen to this reading. It's not as high a percentage. Sorry, guys, but I do try to honor the fact that I know that it's not only ladies listening. Okay, so we have 3, 6, 7, 9, and 2. So those can be important numbers. They can be months. They can be dates that something happens on. Let's get some zodiac signs. Aries, Pisces, Leo, and Capricorn. Okay, so with this closing here, I think they really like your aesthetics, pile 2. Not just your looks. Not just your looks. It's everything that goes into it. It's like that old El DeBarge song. I like the way you comb your hair. I like the stylish clothes you wear. It's just the little things you do that show how much you really care. Oh, and then we have a dragonfly. So yeah, there's magical energy between the two of you, but it's also the idea that it's not going to last forever. It's got a limited shelf life unless you nurture it. And they recognize that it can't just last forever in limbo, in stasis. They're going to need to make a decision. They're going to need to nurture it. Okay, so now we have the scales of justice. So there could be something here to do with a legal matter. Also, this person might work in the legal profession in some way. We do have the globe, the map of the world, encased in a heart, and also the helm charm. So travel, particularly travel over an ocean, could have something to do with this here. Okay, and then we have the wolf howling at the moon. So this person could also be trying to come to terms with the idea that they consider themselves mainly to be a lone wolf. That they usually think of themselves as, I don't need anybody, I am content within myself. But since they have met you, it's like they kind of need you. And they're not sure what that says about them and what it says about their future. And yeah, again, they're trying to balance the scales when it comes to that. They are trying to, they're trying to, like, what do they call that when it's balance the books, but it's reconcile. They're trying to reconcile that. Alrighty, so that is what I have for you, pile 2. If that resonated with you, please like the video. It helps it spread, and I appreciate that so much. Subscribe if you like this content and you would like to see more. Even put the channel on bell notification. You'll get notified every time a video posts. And again, that really helps the channel grow, and I truly appreciate it. If you want to comment below, I would love that. I love to interact with people in the comments. And if you'd like to connect with me for a personal reading, the instructions on how to do that are in the description. But really what I want to wrap up by letting you know is that I am proud of you, pile 2. You matter, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye. Hello, pile 3. So if you chose the Decolonized Tarot, you have arrived at your reading. So let's take a look. Pile 3. What are your person's current feelings for you, pile 3? What are your person's current feelings for you, pile 3? Spirit, tap me into pile 3's person. Tap me into pile 3's person, please. Okay, so this is complicated. We've got marriage of convenience. Where there's marriage without love, there will be love without marriage. Yup. We've got memories. Someone is walking down memory lane at this time. It's okay to reminisce about the past by looking at old photos or messages. And then we've got secrets. There are hidden feelings or undisclosed intentions in this relationship. Yeah, also with marriage and memories coming out next to each other. M might be an important initial. It could be first, middle, last, yours or theirs. It could be something like an object, a place, or an organization. It doesn't have to be, but anytime an initial makes itself known, I like to point it out. So yeah, I think that this person is in a relationship that they are not satisfied with. All of the emotion is gone. The relationship continues because of practical considerations. And they are very drawn to you. And I think that while I don't think it's to the point that they've made like a big love confession to you, although I could be wrong about that. There's a lot of people listening to this. So when it comes to channeling the specifics of events, I'm channeling what's going to apply to the largest majority of people. So I think that they have definitely flirted, though. I think that they have let you know how they feel in a way that could never be pinned down on them, in a way that they could never be sort of accused of doing something inappropriate. And yet in their heart, they have done something. Let me say, at least I feel like their partner would consider it to be inappropriate if they knew the scope of it. So yeah, there could be, DMs that have been exchanged. There could be, with memories and the idea of photos, they could be looking at your social media a lot. Yeah, maybe even interacting with your social media in a way that could be played off to be innocuous, but is in fact really crafted to send a message. Yeah, I also think that, while I do think they have genuine feelings for you in the sense of they are drawn to you, there is an attraction there. I don't know that it has progressed far enough that they have emotional feelings for you. Like that they feel tenderness for you, compassion, care. And definitely their actions are demonstrating that they would not put your well-being above their own at this point. They are still crafting every interaction with an eye to primarily protecting themselves from repercussions. I feel like they would throw you under the bus, pile 3, if it came down to it. Also, I'm not entirely convinced that a big part of what's going on here in terms of the electricity and the draw that they feel toward you isn't just that it makes them feel alive to do something forbidden. I'm not saying that there's no draw just to you. That's why, that's the flame that has lit this, that's the spark that's lit this huge fire. But I think a lot of it is just the idea that they're really doing something. Like it's not just this rut that's been killing them. It is something different, something dangerous, something alive. And they needed that. I feel like their soul really needed that because they were going to suffocate. But I would be careful. Yeah. And again, it's not that they don't genuinely have feelings for you. There are sparks flying everywhere, but I wouldn't trust it. Pile 3. I would be very careful getting entwined with this person in any way that could potentially come back and hurt you. Because this person will not stick up for you if it costs them. This person will not sacrifice themselves for your well-being. They're not there. And maybe they never will be. Maybe they're not the kind of person that would ever do that. But I think that it's hard to make that determination while they're in the situation they're in. But definitely right now, this is not a person that's ever going to put your well-being ahead of their own. They are very much looking out for their own skin. That having been said, I do think that there are feelings here. Who's not to say that if this continues to progress, we wouldn't see, 6 months from now, it wouldn't be a whole different story once they've kind of escaped this stifling relationship that they're currently in. But they're getting something out of that relationship. It's for practicalities. So it's something about like what the image that they're presenting to the world, or it's finances or a living situation. It's something, but right now, at least right now, they value that more than they value you and your well-being. So be aware of that and look out for that. There are feelings here. They are drawn to you, but it needs to progress further before you can depend on them. That's for sure. Yeah, interesting. So with the Page of Swords, you know, that's the student. Oh, we got the Ace of Cups. This is the only pile where we actually got the symbolic card, the card that I showed during the intro in the actual reading. So with the Page of Swords, that is the student of the tarot deck. So this is learning. So this may be a situation where this relationship that they're in, this relationship of convenience that they are in, was maybe their first relationship. Maybe it was even a relationship that they got into because of practical purposes. Like they were in an abusive home situation and they married this person to escape from that abusive home situation or something like that. But yeah, I feel like they've learned a lot about life since this relationship started. And through their interactions with you, I feel like they're learning even more. But guess what? They actually still have a lot to learn before they can, you know, be someone that you can take this Ace of Cups, this offer of love seriously. Yeah, they're in the middle of such a transitory growth period. And that is... it's very rare that you meet someone who's going through a tumultuous transitionary period such as this, and that getting together during this time transforms into a stable relationship that lasts long term. Because, I mean, like the brilliant movie 1994 Speed told us all, relationships that start in chaos never last. Or like it was something about like relationships that start in high intensity emotional situations never last. Or I forget the exact quote from the movie, but hey, it's true, man. If it starts in chaos, it'll end in chaos. That is a truism. Now, just because it's true enough to make it an idiom, does that mean that it has to define your reality? Absolutely not. If you love this person and you are bound and determined that you are going to support them through this chaos and transition and come out on the other side and make it work with them, I'm not saying it's not going to happen for you. I'm just saying, like, everything in their life is just swirling around them right now. And it's like they're seeing things in color for the first time. Like, they're not in a place to be making any kind of big decisions or commitments. Yeah, with the Magician, that's manifesting energy. So yeah, far be it from me to ever tell anybody that they can't manifest something. Like, hell no. Universal law says all possibilities exist. If this is your person, go get your person, pile 3. Like, more power to you. But just know that it's not going to be, like, it's likely going to be a bit of a journey, and it's not going to be painless. Like, there are going to be situations where you feel the end of this sword, because that's the thing with the Page of Swords. They're learning how to utilize their sword. Some people are going to get stabbed along the way, and it's going to be the people closest to them. Yeah, so this is going to end with a huge transition. That's the outcome here. Now, is the huge transition going to be the old relationship falling away and then starting a new relationship with you? That's one possibility. Yeah, is it going to be that this person figures out that they need to enter their me era? You know, maybe. Yeah, I feel like so much of this depends on free will and choices that even spirit doesn't know the exact outcome here. And also, this is a reading for a collective. So there could be different outcomes within the collective. But one thing that is pretty sure, because it's a pretty strong theme here, is that there is going to be a huge shift. A huge shift. But yeah, this person does have feelings for you, but they've got to figure out what are the feelings that they genuinely have for you and what are the feelings that are just being inspired by recognizing there's a whole huge world out there that they have never explored. I hope, since I really am picking up in the energy that this is what you want, pile 3, you really want this person in this relationship. I hope that the conclusion that they come to is that the only real way to explore that big brand new world is with you by their side. I want that for you. But I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket until they are through this transition and you can really depend a lot more on what they say. Okay, yes. So I was about to wrap up the reading, then I'm like, no, we still got letters, numbers, and charms. Yeah, maybe we'll get a little bit more, like something a little more cheerful in letters, numbers, and charms. Okay. All right. So, if this reading is resonating with you, pile 3, I would love it if you would like the video. It really helps it spread, and I appreciate that so much. Also, subscribe if you like this content and you'd like to see more of it. Even put the channel on bell notification. You can be notified every time I post a new reading. If you place a comment below, I love to interact with comments. Let me know how this reading resonated with you. And then if you'd like to connect with me for a personal reading, the instructions on how to do that are below. Alrighty, so we've got O, V, Z, M, O, M, O. So yeah, the way that they generally do something. Then we've got MOV. So yeah, MOVI. So moving, movie. Oh, maybe you guys have been to a movie together, something like that. But moving, yeah, I feel like they're going to be moving forward, moving on, maybe moving residences. Okay, we've got U, V. That makes me think of UV rays. So we've got 2 V's and 2 C's. Anytime letters come out as pairs like that, I look at that as being matched pair energy. Yeah, and yeah, the fact that we got 2, that's pretty interesting. And the letters are VC, which makes me think of venture capital, which there's a term for a certain kind of investor called angel investors, which makes me think maybe the word angel is important. Like this person has called you angel, or this person's name is angel, maybe something like that. Yeah. Also ZUCC is making me think of, so in Latin-based languages, Romance languages, this is the base for words that mean sweet or sugar. So with angel and with sugar, a reference to sugar coming out, yeah, there could, like, nicknames could play a part here. That could be like them calling you nicknames or something, could be a way that they flirt. Oh, I will say this is also making me think of zucchini, which is like, Melanie, get your mind out of the gutter. This is not an 18 plus reading. I'm not going to go further down that path, but I think that you can probably intuit what I'm thinking about. And let's just say it's Ace of Wands energy. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, we've got 2, 2, 9, 4. Oh, we got 2 twos. So that is also matched pair energy. I will say pile 3. This is the only pile where we've gotten matched pair energy in the letters and the numbers. And then we've got it 3 times. Good night, nurse. Yeah, and so then we've got, okay, and we've also got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I feel like the symbolism of 1, 2, 3, 4 is the idea of just take it step by step. Don't try to rush it. Let it unfold in divine timing. You know, there is a path that needs to be walked here, and there's not a shortcut. I also feel like with the Magician, though, which is the idea of manifestation, so a lot of that is casting your mind forward to the resolution. That's called living in the end. Just really saturating your mind and your spirit with the beautiful resolution that you are imagining and that you are drawing into yourself. And so with the 1, 2, 3, that makes me think of the song ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. So I think that's another thing to really saturate your mind with is this is easy. Manifesting is easy. Drawing a healthy version of this relationship into myself is easy. Okay, so we've got Leo, Pisces, Taurus, and Libra. Okay, so we have a repeat of the dragonfly charm from pile 2. So if you were drawn to pile 2 at all, pile 2 might also have messages for you. Okay, so with this leaf, autumn or fall could be a significant time period. Also, the leaf does represent a cycle change. Spring and fall are the cycle change seasons. So yeah, fall, or just the idea of, you know, the old passing away so that the new can be reborn. Yeah, with a sewing machine, so that is the idea of something being broken and then being repaired. So even if, you know, this may be a situation where things have happened or external circumstances are such that you're like, this could never really, you know, this is too broken. This could never really come to fruition and be happy and be whole. But the sewing machine says, don't think like that. Everything can be repaired if the two people are invested enough. Yeah, if their hearts are intertwined enough, like this intertwined hearts charm. Yeah, this tomahawk is making me think about the idea of, yeah, so small weapons like this were often used not so much for hand-to-hand combat, but in travel. Like when people would go on a journey, they would clear underbrush, they would, you know, cut branches and ropes and different things that they needed to fashion tents or boats or make repairs. Yeah, like with the sewing machine. So to me, this represents like a tool for survival. So I think that this is telling you don't hesitate to use the tools that are at your disposal. So that would be things like, you know, YouTube videos about manifestation. That would be things like self-help books, just anything. And even tools just to help you stay high vibrational, like happy music, that kind of thing. Oh, and music. Yeah, the guitar. I was about to say you guys might have some kind of musical connection, like you talk to each other about songs that you like, bands that you like, etc. And your 5D selves could really be sending messages to each other with music as well. And then finally, with this heart with the arrow through it, I think that's almost spirit like being a little cheeky, like being a little like teasing, being like, oh yeah, Cupid got you. Cupid got you, pile 3. Come on. Yes. Alrighty. So that is what I have for you, pile 3. So again, I want to reiterate, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment below. All of those things help the video and the channel to spread and to grow. And I appreciate them more than you will ever know, honestly. And then if you want to connect with me for a personal reading, the instructions are below. But really, I want to wrap this up by telling you that I am proud of you, pile 3. You matter. You matter so much. You are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye, pile 3.